Once upon a time, in our village, where respect was the crown of every marriage, a man named Kelvin that lives in Lagos and was doing well in his business. He returned from the city with his bride-to-be, Ogechi, the woman he loved and planned to spend the rest of his life with. He wanted his mother's permission before taking the next big step. Because love without humility is like a soup without salt. My people will always say, no matter how far a child travels, he must still bow to greet his elders. What happened when Kelvin brought his fine city fiancee home, and how her ignorance nearly broke the bond of the family? Mama EJIMA, as she was popularly known and called by many, prepared many dishes just to welcome her son and her soon-to-be daughter-in-law. The women that helped her cook the food gossiped while she awaits eagerly for her son and her daughter-in-law to arrive. Her wrapper and gele tied firmly, looking very beautiful. Mama EJIMA, your son is coming to the village today with his bride-to-be. I hope the girl knows how to cook ofo nubo with pounded yam for our son, one of the women said. Mama EJIMA, adjusting her blouse and laughing, chest out. If she doesn't know how to pound yam, we will use her and pound pepper, she replied. The women laughed, and suddenly, Kelvin enters the sitting room proudly with Ogechi in heels, sunglasses, designer gown and bag. She waves like a legal celebrity. The women stared at her, confused. Who is this one that is walking like an ostrich, doing ballet rehearsal? One of the women said, still looking at Ogechi as she walks in. Kelvin, smiling as he walks in, looking very dashy, on a black suit, scanned the room, searching for his mother. Mama EJIMA, Nne Mama, sweet mother. Mama EJIMA quickly turned and walked to her son. They hugged very well, and in a minute, Kelvin said to his mother, see your daughter-in-law, Mama. Her name is Ogechi Linus. She's a nail technician in Lagos. Mama EJIMA sized her up secretly, looked and whispered to her friends seated on the couch. Is that my daughter-in-law? Giving her a side eye. Or Lagos manicure? Or say nail tech genekwa? The women all laughed. But Ogechi stretched out her hands firmly to shake Mama EJIMA's hand. Nice to meet you, Mama. My name is Ogechi. The women took a deep breath, wetting their eyes. One even dropped her jaw in surprise. Chinekeme. She is shaking her mother-in-law's hand like a bank manager, they said. Mama EJIMA, smiling while trying to hide her shock. Welcome, welcome, my child. Come inside before this sun will roast you on this your makeup. The women continued chatting among themselves. This Mama EJIMA's daughter-in-law looks like Lagos Labubu, they all joked about. The next day, Mama EJIMA had already hidden her gas cylinder, locked her modern kitchen, told her son that something spoiled there and it's under reconstruction. In Mama EJIMA's old kitchen, firewood burning, smoke rising, Ogechi is standing outside the kitchen with long nails and her lashes, confused as what she was going to do with the knife on her hands. My daughter, please come and help me and cut these pumpkin leaves and okra for me. We are going to make vegetable soup for your husband to eat. Cut it small, like trade her mother-in-law requested. But Mama, in Lagos, we buy an already sliced pumpkin leaves in the market. We don't slice. But okay, I will try my best. Ogechi was struggling to cut the leaves. She was cutting them big, and suddenly she cut her finger and screams loudly. Oh my God! Her eyes popping out like that of a snail. Ogechi shouting, Jesus, blood, Kelvin, Kelvin, baby, please come. One of the neighbors outside, who was also Mama EJIMA's best friend, burst into laughter. Mama EJIMA shakes her head in shame as she looks at her. She immediately calls her son. Bia Kelvin, ebe kwanu kije kpotala m nwa nke. Come and see the wife you brought for me. Ordinary to cut vegetable, she has turned it into a war film. What kind of daughter-in-law is this? She lamented. Later, as they continued cooking, Mama EJIMA told her to add salt to the soup. Ogechi mistakenly poured sugar instead of salt into the soup. When the food was ready to be served, everyone gathered to eat at the dining. Let us taste our daughter-in-law's delicious soup that she had made, Mama EJIMA said. They all tasted the food and they spilled it out dramatically. Ah! Soup sweet like Fanta, oh, Mama EJIMA said, smiling while shaking her head. Kelvin, my son, you are one lucky man, I will tell you this. This one will be cooking honeymoon soup for you every day. Everyone laughs, while Ogechi folds her arms angrily, looking at them all. Kelvin quickly swallows the food on his mouth with a fake smile. During the evening, Mama EJIMA normally sits with her friends to gist and eat evening snacks. Mama EJIMA gently advises Ogechi, who was sitting with Kelvin by the corner. Naya, my daughter, marriage is like a pot of soup. If you don't add respect and patience, it will burn. But Ogechi scoffs, folding her arms. Mama, please, I don't need your lecture right now. I am educated enough and I know life better. Adjusting her dress while giving Mama a bombastic side eye. And suddenly, everywhere was silence. Everyone in the compound exchanged looks. Mama EJIMA's smile fades. She quietly walked away with heavy heart. The women whispered amongst themselves again. She has poured sand inside her mother-in-law's garri. One of the women said, smiling sheepishly. Kelvin pulls Ogechi aside, angry. Ogechi, do you know who you just disrespected? Are you out of your mind? That's my mother you spoke to in that manner. So what? What is it? As she rolled her eyes on him. I only told her to stop disturbing me with old women's talk. That was it, she responded. The women shakes their head in anger. Why Kelvin covers his face in embarrassment. The next morning, Ogechi tries to apologize to her mother-in-law. She wanted to impress her and her friends, but fails badly. She volunteered to follow her to the farm that morning, but Mama EJIMA warned her that farming isn't a playground, but Ogechi insisted she can do it. On their way to the farm, Ogechi saw a palm wine tapper and brought a little to drink. Immediately she had a taste of it. Wow! This local simile of eyes is nice. Can I have more? She requested. But the villagers that was also on their way to the farm burst into laughter. She quickly composed herself and followed Mama EJIMA to the farm quietly, wearing high heels. As they got to the farm, she couldn't even do anything as she slept off. Her mother-in-law left her at the corner and continued farming. Some flies dealt with her so bad, Mama EJIMA took pity on her and decided to call it a day. On their way home, she helped Mama EJIMA carry a little firewood on her head. Her shoes sank in the mud. She cried so bad and screams, "Mama, Mama, oh, see my body. Mama, see my shoe." Oh, she continued crying. The firewood on her head fell off. Her long nails broke. She cried like a baby, but her mother-in-law comforted her. "It's okay, my daughter. Stand up, let's go home," Mama EJIMA said. Then one of the villagers said to Mama EJIMA, "This your son, wife, na drama queen o." As they laughed hard, Ogechi stood up and walked away, embarrassed. When they got home, Ogechi ran to Kelvin, crying like a newborn baby. Mama EJIMA smiled at the scene. Lele, love one tente. She quickly went inside to bring her some oil to apply on the insect bites and also made dinner for the whole family that night. Ogechi ate very well to her satisfaction that evening. That night, Mama EJIMA knelt down, praying softly in her room on her behalf. "God, bless this girl. She doesn't know our ways, but she is my daughter-in-law now. Give her patience to adapt. Teach her the art of respect." Ogechi was passing by when she heard her mother-in-law praying. She was curious and hides outside, listening to her mother-in-law's prayers. She burst into tears, enters her room, and knelt down before Mama EJIMA, crying, "Mama, please forgive me. I was blinded with pride that I'm a city girl. Teach me your ways, please. Make me your true daughter-in-law." She continued crying. Mama EJIMA, lifting her up gently, "Look at me, my daughter. Beauty can open the door, but only humility will keep you inside. Cry no more, my child. If you truly love Kelvin, my son, you will learn our ways, one step at a time." Ogechi nods her head. "Mama, I love Kelvin so much. I can't live without him. I will do whatever it takes to make him happy," she said. Mama EJIMA taps her head gently. "From today, my child, you are now my daughter-in-law. I have accepted you into my family, and I will also teach you our culture and tradition," she added. They both hugged, and Kelvin walked in and joined them. Laughter filled the room. The next morning, Ogechi greets her elders properly for the first time. Kneeling down, everyone claps in joy. Mama EJIMA went and opened her modern kitchen. Her water supply was working well. In fact, everything she once told her son is bad was now working perfectly well. And Ogechi cooked with her mother-in-law with so much joy in her heart. And Kelvin, dancing in the living room, and sings their village song, praising God. Now his mother have accepted the girl whom he loves and wants to marry. The child who does not learn respect will eat with shame, but the child who humbles herself will eat with kings. At the dining, Mama Ejima points at Ogechi. You have learned respect today, but tomorrow you will prepare Ofo Onugbo with pounded yam for the whole family. Ogechi's body was covered with goosebumps as she rushed the water on the glass cup with shaking hands. Mama Ejima looked at her and let out a shaky smile. Don't worry, I will teach you how to make it. I knew you were scared. They all laughed at her. Few days later, Ogechi decided to prepare Ofo Onugbo with pounded yam for Kelvin. She asked her mother-in-law for help. Mama, please, I want to prepare the native soup for my husband today. Will you help me? She asked. Mama Ejima accepted and wrote down things she needs to buy from the market. My child, go and buy these items from the market. When you get back, we will start our cooking classes. They both laughed. Ogechi walked to the market on full makeup and high heels. People were looking at her like they have seen a ghost. She bought everything she needed and was on her way home when her feet started to hurt her. She didn't see any bike man, so she had to remove the heels and walk home barefooted. When she got home, her mother-in-law was sitting outside the compound, shakes her head while smiling. My daughter, this one you are holding your footwear on your hand. Did it spoil on your way home? Mama Ejima asked. No, Mama, Ogechi replied. My feet hurt. I have been searching for bike, but I didn't see any, so I walked home on my foot. Ewo, sorry my daughter, but we hardly see bike at this time of the day. Sorry my dear. 3 hours later, they started cooking in the kitchen. Mama Ejima taught her the basics and corrected her habit of eating meat while cooking. If you finish the meat, what will you give your husband to eat? Mama Ejima asked her. Ogechi quickly composed herself and took corrections without anger. Soon, they were done. The aroma filled the house. Kelvin couldn't wait to taste his fiancee's first traditional soup made for him, and he was already at the dining, waiting patiently. In 5 minutes, dinner was served. He quickly ate and kept eating till he was satisfied. He then asked his mother, Mama, you said my fiancé cooked this? He said. Mama Ejima replied him, Enjoy your meal, my son. Respect is one of the roots of love. No matter your education or beauty, humility and respect for your elders sustains marriage and family peace. Pride destroys relationships. Pride and arrogance can ruin even the strongest love, but humility restores it. Culture is wisdom. Tradition may look old-fashioned, but it carries lessons that protect family bonds. Mothers deserve honor. Insulting or disrespecting a parent can wound deeply, but honoring them brings blessings. Love requires learning. Marriage is not just romance. It is learning, patience, and growth. Understanding your partner is one of the keys to a successful marriage. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you love my stories. Please like, comment and share this video with your loved ones. And please subscribe to my channel for more exciting stories. See you all in my next video. Bye.